Hello, students. My name is Dr. Sean Strawn. I'm an assistant principal here at South Cobb High School, and today I will be covering South Cobb High School's school rituals and routines for the year 2023-2024. Our mission here at South Cobb High School is reaching out and moving forward towards student success. Our vision is empowering students for leadership and service in a global society. What is the school's mission? If you said reaching out and moving forward towards student success, you are correct. Who do I go to for help? Use this document to identify the following. Who is your administrator? Who is your counselor? What color is your lanyard based on your grade level? And what color is your lunch pass based on your lunch? Lanyards. Lanyards are used to identify South Cobb students. Anytime that you are outside of the classroom, you must have on your lanyard and have a pass from your teacher. Lanyards should be worn around the neck and easily accessible. Lunches. Students with a lunch will report to their class first and drop off their belongings, then report to lunch. Students must have their lanyard for lunch. Your lanyard will have information to let everyone know that you are in the correct lunch period. Please wear your lanyard around your neck so that there is no delay in students entering the cafeteria. True or false? Students must wear their lanyards to lunch. If you said true, you are correct. As a reminder, students need to wear their lanyards at any time they are out of the classroom, including when they go to lunch. This identifies you as a South Cobb High School student. It also identifies which lunch you are supposed to be in. Lunches. Students are allowed to eat lunch inside of the cafeteria or in the cafeteria courtyard at the tables. Students are not allowed to eat in the hallways, in the promenade, etc. Students are not permitted to leave campus for lunch. This includes the taco stand at the corner of Austell and Clay Road. Students are not permitted to have lunch delivered or dropped off, that is, via Uber Eats, friends bringing food to the office, etc. What is PBIS and why are we doing it? PBIS stands for Positive Behavioral Interventions and Supports. PBIS are proven strategies to help reduce disciplinary incidents, increase a school's sense of safety, and support improved academic outcomes. What are the PBIS expectations? South Cobb Eagles will soar with pride. Pride stands for personal responsibility, respect, integrity, dedication, and engagement. You will see posted throughout the building and in classrooms what each of the expectations are for every area designated on our Pride matrix. Cafeteria expectations. Be kind and use school-appropriate language. Arrive on time and return to class. Clean up after yourself. Wear your lanyard. Stay in your designated areas. Hallway transition expectations. Walk quickly to your destination. Keep your hands and feet to yourself. Be on time to class. Wear your lanyard. Stay to the right of the hallway. Restroom expectations. Complete the task and return to class. Keep your hands and feet to yourself. Clean up after yourself. Make sure you have a pass. Use the restroom for the intended purpose. South Cobb follow progressive discipline. Each of the typical infractions on the left side of this poster follow the progression chart. What is the consequence for your first time skipping according to this graphic? If you said 1 day ISS, you are correct. What is the consequence for your second time skipping according to this graphic? If you said 2 days ISS, you are correct. Transportation. Scan the QR code to find your bus number. Please make sure that you know your bus number prior to going out to the bus board. If you do not know your bus number, follow these instructions. 1, go to the CCSD website. 2, under Departments, click on Transportation. 3, click on Bus Route Finder. 4, enter your address and grade. 5, click on the school's name, the bus route, the bus number, location time, and pickup location will appear. South Cobb High School tardy policy. Students are considered tardy after the bell for each block begins. What time does the bell begin? First block ring. 8:20. What time does the bell ring for second block to begin? 9:56 a.m. What time does the bell ring for third block to begin? 11:32 a.m. What time does the bell ring for fourth block to begin? 2 p.m. Students are considered tardy for the first 5 minutes after each bell. If you are more than 5 minutes tardy, that is considered as skipping. How many minutes is a student considered skipping rather than tardy? If you said 5 minutes, you are correct. South Cobb High School's tardy policy. The document on the right shows South Cobb school-wide tardy policy. Students accumulate tardies per class. When a student reaches 3 tardies, they are given a warning. When a student reaches 4 tardies, they will be assigned detention. When a student reaches 7 tardies, they will be assigned 1 day of in-school suspension. Cobb County School District Student Code of Conduct. What is the Student Code of Conduct? The Student Code of Conduct is a list of rules and policies that students must adhere to while on campus or at school functions. What is the purpose of the Student Code of Conduct? The purpose of the Student Code of Conduct is that it helps provide a safe learning environment. Where can I find the Student Code of Conduct? Go to the South Cobb website, click on Resources, click on Family Information Guide. The Student Code of Conduct is located within the Family Information Guide. What does the Student Code of Conduct say? It discusses the following topics: progressive discipline, the different levels of misconduct, truancy, and student offenses. J Policy Student Code of Conduct. A Code. Students will be suspended and possibly recommended for expulsion for possession, use, sale, or purchase of alcohol or other drugs on district property. B Code. Students will receive disciplinary action for missing any class or activity for which he or she is enrolled, and or if students fail to attend school or leave school grounds during the course of a regularly scheduled day. Students who continuously violate attendance code may be subject to insubordination. See the G codes. C code. Students will be suspended and recommended for expulsion for transmitting any manner a false alarm to the effect that a bomb or other explosive of any nature is concealed on school property. D code. Student will be suspended and possibly recommended for expulsion for being in possession of ammunition, BBs, paint pellets, or CO2 cartridges. E code. Misbehavior on the school bus may result in OSS from school and the loss of privileges of riding the school bus for the remainder of the school year. F code. Personal communication, electronic devices. Students may receive discipline extending up to OSS by distributing or displaying inappropriate material that does not serve instructional or educational purposes. G code. Students will be suspended and possibly recommended for expulsion for disrespectful conduct, including but not limited to use of profanity, distribution of vulgar, pornographic, obscene, or ethically offensive materials. Insubordination, failure to identify oneself, excessive and repeated violation of the dress code policy, and failure to attend any disciplinary event assigned. H code. Students will be suspended and possibly recommended for expulsion for causing any disruption of school activities or events both during the regular school day and at after-school events. I code. Students will be suspended and possibly recommended for expulsion for knowingly and willfully making a false report or statement, making false emergency calls, or setting off a false fire alarm. J code, gambling. K code, gang behavior is not tolerated. Violations may lead to expulsion. L code, harassment, intimidation, threatening behavior, and bullying, cyberbullying is not tolerated and may lead to expulsion. M code, possession or use of a lighter, matches, fireworks, smoke, stink bombs, or similar devices may result in OSS. N code, off-campus misconduct for which a student shall be disciplined includes, but is not limited to, any off-campus conduct that could result in criminal felony charges or make students' continued presence at school a potential danger. P code, over-the-counter medication cannot be sold or distributed by a student on district property or event. Administrative Rule JGCD-R, medication, must be followed with all over-the-counter medications. Q code, parties to offense. If a student assists, urges, advises another student to violate the code, he or she will be charged. R code, physical offenses, including horseplay, fights, battery, and threats, will result in suspension with the possibility of recommendation for long-term expulsion. Law enforcement may be contacted and legal consequences can be applied. W code, district technology offenses. District technology may not be used for any purpose other than school-related activities. Any misuse of technology can result in suspension and/or expulsion. X code, tobacco, prohibiting the use or possession of tobacco or tobacco product, substitutes, cigarette lookalikes, hookahs, vapes, hookah lookalikes on school property and school-sponsored events. Y code, weapons. Students are not allowed to be in possession of weapons on district property, at school events, or at events sponsored by school support organizations. It is the responsibility of the student to ensure that weapons are not in book bags, purses, or cars before coming onto district property. Students will receive suspension up to expulsion for this offense. Threats. Threats to harm an individual or toward the school will be handled immediately and taken very seriously. If you see something, say something. Illegal substances. First offense will be 10 days OSS. Second offense, 10 days OSS, and a recommendation for long-term suspension. These offenses are cumulative from grades 8. Fights. First offense is 10 days out-of-school suspension. Second offense is 10 days out-of-school suspension and a recommendation for a long-term suspension. Fights are cumulative from 8th grade, any school, any state. Recording fights. First offense, 3 days out-of-school suspension. Verbal altercations will result in 3 days OSS for both parties. Verbal altercations cause a disruption. Watch what you say. Dress code violations. Modesty and decency of dress are stressed at South Cobb High School. Spaghetti straps are not appropriate. Midriff shirts are not appropriate. Hats and hoods in the building are not appropriate. Sagging pants are not appropriate. Here are some new county policies that you should know. Students may not gather in an area for any purpose other than the intended purpose of that area. Examples: more than one student present at a time in a restroom stall, students congregated in the restroom. No student, directly or indirectly, shall cause to be delivered any items for himself or herself or a third party without principal permission. This means no Uber Eats, DoorDash, restaurant deliveries, parent deliveries. Here are some new county policies that you should know. No student shall buy, sell, or otherwise distribute or possess with the intent to distribute, or any attempt to buy, sell, or otherwise distribute or possess with the intent to distribute any unauthorized items. This means no selling of candy or anything else on campus. This also means no giving out stuff for free on campus. No student shall knowingly allow a person into a school building with the intent to cause harm or disruption. This means stop having people come to campus who do not go to school here. This ends today's presentation. Scan the QR code or type the link in your browser and fill out the form indicating that you have watched the video and are familiar with the school rules and rituals. Thanks again for watching.